Hey, I'm back. Hey, crafters, we're back. Is the picture any better? Because we've just hang for a minute. Do I need to talk?
So yeah, you can talk.
We just got back. We came to the shop this time. We hope the picture is better because we have much better internet service here as opposed to where we live, which is where we were shooting. So I hope you're all back with us. We're going to get started. Hey, Gene Stalker. How are you, Gene? Hey, how's things in New York? Oh, mask on. Good to see you, Gene. Yes, Gene, and look who else is there. I'm clear. We are clear, Julie. Awesome. That's what we had. Ladies, what we had was what you called the old-fashioned transmission problem. That's right. We had bad internet service at our place, but we came to the shop.
Hey, we have three people watching.
3 people. Woo! Hey, 3. We're glad to have you back. Actually, that was Gene Stalker talking to us twice.
Okay. It tells me how many people I have watching.
Well, thank you, Gene. We appreciate this. You know, this is our first time doing this, ladies, and we do appreciate your patience with us. I guess you don't have any place else to go, huh? Well, thank you, Jordan, for that feedback. We appreciate that. So we are going to get started here. Julie's doing some last minute adjustments with the computer there, and then she's going to get going.
Why don't you talk about iPad?
Let's talk about iPad.
We talked about that before.
We talked about iPad before. That is the first week in November. Do you know the exact calendar dates?
6th, 7th, and 8th.
6th, 7th, and 8th of November at the Hendricks. That's right, the Hendricks County Fairgrounds in beautiful Danville, Indiana, which is just outside of Indianapolis for those of you who are from out of the area. We have it at the Hendricks County Fairgrounds, which is a very clean, nice facility for fairgrounds. It doesn't smell dark, dank, and dusty, or musty for that matter. But it's a really nice facility, and we're going to be there for 3 days of fabulous days, I might add, of crafting. We start at 10 a.m. on Friday. We go all the way till 5 p.m. Some other folks are back to join us. We come all the way back to we go to 5 o'clock on Sunday. I cater 4 meals. Last year I used Cracker Barrel for most of those meals, and I'll probably use them again for hopefully all the meals. We'll see what works out. But anyway, there's fabulous door prizes, fabulous giveaways all weekend long. Everybody goes with the prize. We have goodie bags. Well, last year's grand prize, I told you, was a vagabond. That was when you couldn't see me before because it was all blurry. But that's why I'm repeating myself for those that you are just joining us till everybody gets on board here as Julie brings up the system. Again, our apologies for the poor transmission, as this is take 3, I might add. So
yeah, we gotta learn.
But we are learning, and it sounds like we are fast on our way here.
There.
Let me show you what we're.
Jordan's saying the 6th through the 8th.
The 6th through the 8th. Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate that confirmation. Yes, that's November 6th through the 8th. Yes, we are back, Linda. We are back. This is the paper pad I'm going to be giving away today. We're going to be giving this away. So it's free.
Let's go over.
But there's a contest and you're going to get
Let's go over again what the plan is for the next.
The plan is. The plan. We've got a master. The plan.
So yes, first of all, these are difficult times for all of us. So
difficult. Well,
it's more difficult for some of us.
When you can't go anyplace, doggone it can be difficult. Okay. But we're here for you. We're going to be here for you right here.
Okay. So
plan. Yes, we have a plan. What is our plan? Gene, good question, Gene.
We're all adapting and making plans on the fly as we go here, all of us through this. And we hope that your family is healthy.
Healthy. Stay 6 feet away.
And doing well. So we will not have any shows. We will not see any of you probably until July of this year.
We hope that changes. Well, we hope that it's before.
I may be doing the rest of these without you.
That won't be fun.
So we'll be doing a Facebook Live on Tuesday and Thursday night at 7:30
Eastern time. That's 6:30 Central time for our friends in the Midwest and Texas.
We will do a project of some kind. I will demo something. Hopefully you'll learn something. We'll create something.
Hopefully you'll learn something. If you pay attention, you got to pay attention.
Gene's asking about May in New York. Right now, the show promoter is trying to move the Too Much Fun promotion show
that was in Auburn
because it's too close to the cutoff date. So right now he's looking at, did he say August? I think August. I'll just tell you, there's a pandemonium going on with the promoters right now. So who knows?
Shows are being booked on
where
top
all
of each
of this
other
falls. And if you normally see us at a certain show, there's no guarantee that you're going to see us at that show because I don't know how all this stuff is going to fall out.
Just email, we'll tell you.
We will update you as we go along because now we have a way to connect with you. Plus, I will update the website. So we will be running specials through this whole time.
Specials.
Right now, we have 20% off on the website. So anything that you see that you want to buy tonight, you can purchase on the website for 20% off.
That's right, 20% off. That's right, I said 20% off. Holy cow. And not only that,
excuse me. He's yelling in my ear.
I'm sorry.
You can just talk, okay? Just
free freight on all orders over $50, my love. And not only
is
that,
there a coupon code?
yes, there's a coupon code.
Okay.
The coupon code is sunshine. Son,
Okay.
you are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
Okay, so use the coupon code sunshine when
For
you check
20%.
out. If you don't use the coupon code, you don't get the 20% off. Okay, sunshine is your coupon code. It's good
Glad to see you
until
back, Hope.
April the 17th, and then we will readjust in
Hi,
April.
Christina.
We're probably going to be doing 2 lives a week at least until we get through this whole disaster, and we're hoping that we're still around at the end. We're hopeful that things are going to work out, but like everyone else, boy, it's just a pinch. So we're going to focus on the good that we have. We're thankful that we can communicate with you guys and connect with you guys.
And if you're going to be locked up for a couple weeks, holy cow, what an opportunity to get your crafting done.
Do you know?
We've got the stuff just for you. Yeah, we do. At bargain prices, ladies. I'm talking, these are steals. Just rob me blind.
Okay. Enough. Okay. All right. So I'm going to send
You make
Tom,
me happy when skies are gray. That's right,
I'm going to
Gene.
send Tom to the other side of the room.
I'm going to the other side.
Okay, so now would be when you Now, ladies, you see why we work at opposite ends of the booth when we do a show. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little project, and I want to later we're going to give away the Sunshine paper pad. So when we do that, this is a new product for us. We have our whole line for this year is the Sunshine and Rainbows collection, because I really think one of the best things ever is when you get a card in the mail that just totally brightens your day. And so birthday cards are great, and I love all of them, but man, there's just really something special when you get that happy, bright thing going. So this is what we're giving away. We're going to give away, and over the next few weeks, we're going to be making Sunshine and Rainbow cards. I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks. Hopefully you'll get inspired to get into your own craft stash and make some really cool things. So today we're going to learn how to make the skunk die. Okay, this is what he looks like. Okay, and he's a fun little guy. He's layered. This is a part of the Get Well line that I put out last year. And we have several stamps that go in that line and some fun stuff. And what I wanted to do was to put out a line of encouragement and get well for people that did not just say get well. Sometimes you have people in your life who are not going to get well, and sometimes they're just going through a difficult time. So this line specifically addresses that. So the stamp set, there's a skunk and there's boxing gloves. Here's the boxing gloves. And both of these shapes, the skunk and the boxing glove, are sized to fit on the diagonal or the scallop that goes on the base of the diagonal gatefold card. Okay, so I'm going to start tonight talking about the diagonal gatefold because he is designed to go on there. And you'll notice that the stamp set, hey Tom, does that read backwards when you look at it? Are they reading it
No,
backwards?
they're not.
It's
They're-
forwards.
they're-
Okay,
But,
all right.
but bring it closer to the camera so they can see what it says.
Okay, you have to talk to me because I can't see.
There's the.
Okay,
there's the skunk.
so
We
this,
kind of nicknamed that Corona skunk, by the way, just saying.
we did not. We did not. He did. Okay, so
Read what it says. It says,
says sometimes life just stinks. I hope the stinky stuff is over soon. This stamp set also says, I'm here for you. Well, that stinks. Stay in the fight. Keep swinging. In this fight, I'm betting on you. And I hope you knock out cancer. There's Diane. Diane's back. So here's the boxing glove, and it is sitting on the diagonal gatefold. And you can see how that just makes a nice presentation to send someone. I did come out with a second stamp set when we put this stamp set out, because I am aware that not everyone thinks my skunk is funny or cute. I like him, but I know that's not everyone's style. So we do have this stamp set, which is called Come to Me, and I don't have that stamp set with me. Tom, when you get a chance, can you run back to the storage room and pull this stamp, and then maybe you can get that to me? So this one, it's
honey?
Come to
Which
Me.
one?
Come to Me.
Come to me.
We're actually in the shop now. We had to move over to the shop, so we have all of our inventory here. So, Jean, I'm not giving away. Jean's wanting me to give away toilet paper. I am not giving away any toilet paper. I have cardboard boxes I could give you. So, the Come to Me has scriptures and encouragement on it, and some flowers. So, if you want like a more serious type get well card, we do have that as well. And it is also sized to fit on the diagonal gatefold. So I want to talk about the diagonal gatefold first. It is a very large die. And when you look at the package, this is what it looks like. So Tom just brought back the stamp. It says, life is hard. God is good. Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. That is Psalms 34:18. I'm praying for your quick recovery. I'm sending all the love I can. May God enfold you in his care and remind you of his constant love and grace. And that's got some flowers on it too. So that is the one that I used, put the flowers on here. Okay. So 2 stamps that went with the stuff, and that's what they are. Come to Me if you're looking for them online, and well, that stinks. So let's go back to the die. This is our base die. This die, I wanted to cut it for you live so you could see it, but I'm not going to be able to do that because we had to relocate and I don't have all the equipment. But this is a really long die. It's nearly 12 inches long, and this is in the package. I just wanted to show you what the package looks like. When you open it, you're going to have this. Okay, I'm going to do it long ways so you can see it. When you open it, this is what you have, and what you're going to find. I have customers who own this die right now who probably have issues because when you buy it, show you this, the towers are taped in the die. Oh, and I brought two towers. I don't have the right here. I'll show you. The towers are taped in. So there's a short tower and there's a long tower, and there's a little piece of tape right here. So I often get the question, why, when I die cut this, do I have a hole here? And the answer is because you need to take the tower out of the die. It's taped in, and the tape is almost invisible. So we recommend that you get some undo, put it on the tape, and you'll lift that die right out. And then you'll have a tall tower and a short tower that go with the diagonal gatefold. Now, when this die cuts, you're going to set this on. I use a full 6x12 piece of paper, and I put my die on there. And when you die cut, what you're going to see, this is kind of the fun thing about this die. It's going to cut off the top 2 corners for you. Okay. So depending on what kind of style of card you want to do, you can do different things with this die. So it's versatile. So we can, if we cut this on pattern paper, then this little triangle piece is gonna fall right off, and I'm gonna have this, and I'm gonna have those two triangles. So what's fun is when you cut that on your pattern paper, so this right here was a piece of pattern paper I had, and I made a few cards today to send to people in my life that are going through a little bit of trauma. And I really thought it was fun to get into my pattern paper and use papers that they're just sitting around. So you can get in your stash, and what you have is you have this side of your paper and you have this side, because you have two-sided paper. So when that triangle falls off up in the corner, that triangle, see this triangle right here? It was up here. You can take it off, flip it over, and tape it on the bottom. And now you have that accented piece on the side. So that's a really cool way to use some of your older pattern paper that you're not using anymore to make this card. When you're finished and this is all folded up, it will fit in an A2 envelope. That's a winner too. So that's one way to do it. The other way is to take those triangles, the towers that I talked about, and die cut 4 of these. And I'm going to show you how I deal with this issue tonight. That's part of what I'm going to demo, but I want to talk to you about this part first. In a minute, I'm going to turn the camera down and we're going to do some artwork, but you won't be able to see me. So I'm going to talk and then we're going to do the artwork. So now, if we're die cutting towers, do you see how I have the 2 towers here? Then we can accent the panel in a totally different way. So it kind of makes 2 very different cards, depending on how you want to do it. We're going to work on this project tonight, and I'm going to show you how I ink it and set it all up. So that is how we do that part. I do want to tell you that this die, when you look at it in the package, you really can't see everything that's in it. And there are also these 2 scalloped squares, and those 2 scalloped squares I designed specifically to fit on the front of this card. So I think that's all of our basics. Anybody have any questions, or Tom, is there anything else we should cover on that front?
No, I'm waiting to field any questions, but I haven't got any questions.
Nobody has any questions. Okay, much better connection, said Barbara. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera down, and we have never done this before, so I have no idea what's going to happen. Tom's going to have to communicate with me what we're looking at, because maybe Tom, you should turn that around so I can see, because I got to turn this camera down and I can't see.
It's delayed.
It's delayed by how far?
Well, right now your finger's still in the air.
Okay. All right. See, y'all are so patient. Okay, I'm going to turn this down and we're going to see what happens. So Tom, what I want to get is just the grid. So you're going to have to tell me.
The grid. Oh, the grid.
The grid, yeah.
The grid. Where did you get those grids, by the way?
Oh, shoot. I hit the side of the phone. Real. Okay.
Oh, so the left. You're upside down right now.
Okay, where
you got the grid. You've got the grid, baby.
Okay. Okay, so I need to back it up. Sorry, guys. Oh, wow. It's got a serious lag. Okay. Try to refresh and see what you get. Hey guys, can you guys see that? Can you communicate with Tom?
Yes, they can.
Okay, so we're gonna let's put the card together first. And I do not have any way to see how much frame do they have in there, Tom?
Well,
can they see the whole thing?
I can't tell yet. It's delayed.
Okay.
Keep working.
Okay, so we started out with that piece that we die cut, and I just want to show you how this all goes together. We're going to fold that on the marks, and whenever you have a really long die like this, you want to the best configuration for cutting is to put it on your regular platform. So on the regular platform that came with your machine and your regular cutting pads.
That is what machine?
Oh, I'm sorry. I always cut on the Sizzix. So when I use Sizzix,
What, Vagabond?
I use the Vagabond, but it would be the same rule if you were cutting on any of the other Sizzix products. So sometimes when you cut on with the precision plate and the magnetic platform, which is my favorite choice, it will end up breaking the scores instead of folding them. So
Push it up just a bit, Barbara says.
push it up.
Yeah, your
Push the camera up.
Your card up, your card.
This way?
Up towards the top.
How's that? Thank you, Barbara. How's that?
It is sideways, maybe rotating, so we would be looking at it the same way Julie's looking at it. Rotate it. Rotate
Okay,
it.
who's feeding back like that?
Hope said that.
Good job, Hope. Okay,
Barbara said it's better. Linda Niemeyer said it's perfect. Thank you.
go
Thanks,
Linda. Okay, so we've got our little card front there, and what I wanted to share with you, my little tip I wanted to share with you about this. In this case, we are going to add some ink to the towers. I call those pieces towers. We're going to ink the towers. So the issue is, if we don't set the towers up correctly, we will ink the towers, and then the towers will not be facing the right direction when we put them on our card. That will be upside down. I know this because I have already done this. So here's my jig. Now, whenever I make a card and it has a specific thing I need to know, I always make a jig. Can they see this, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
Can they see it clearly?
Put the jig. Yes, now they can.
Okay.
Yes.
Do I need
yes.
to pull it closer?
Well, it's delayed, but yes, they can see the jig.
Okay, so I always make a jig and I put it in the envelope with the die, and I always put it on orange paper. So I know.
Raise it a little closer to the camera so they can actually see the. There you go. Hold on. Okay.
Okay, so I know that when I get this out, when I get a die out, I'm always looking for an orange piece of paper. Do I have a jig with that die? And how do I need to set it up? And this little jig is telling me my tower layout. Okay, so I'm going to take my towers that I have, and I've already die cut those, and I'm going to cover the middle of my paper with my super tacky tape. Just put it down there, and I'm going to take my towers and I'm going to lay my towers out exactly like my diagram is. The great thing is, if you set this up on GridPad, you can see exactly where you're going.
Who makes those grid pads?
Who makes them? Well, you sell them. I don't think you make them, but you do sell them.
Okay, and where do
Yes.
you get them from?
They're on the online store. And aren't there 50 sheets in there for 10?
50 sheets for $9.99.
There you go.
$10.99.
$10.99.
And they get 20% off.
20% off. Okay, so now I've got my towers laid out, and I'm going to do one set of towers at a time. So I've got these kind of close together because I wanted you guys to be able to see this.
Picture
Tom,
is upside down. You need to rotate your screen. Or do you want them to look at it upside down or not?
is it upside down?
Well, it's not upside down to you, but it is upside down to them. In
Okay.
other words, your visual is. In other words, just flip it over so they can. Can you do it upside down so they can see it right side up?
I don't know. Let's try this.
Move the
If I
camera.
move the camera,
Rotate, a lot of rotate. Don't do that.
so I don't know. I don't think I can. How can I work upside down? I'll try. Be flexible, Julie. Okay. All right. So we're gonna ink here. How we looking, Tom?
Looking good now.
Okay. So now when this is my little thing I do when I do stencil. I know everybody has a different way to do it. This is how I do it. I tape my product down, and then I'm going to take my purple tape. Are we centered there, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to tape that down with purple tape. So I'm going to add my dye-based ink, and we're going to do yellow. And I'm actually working with the Catherine Pooler tiara color, and we're going to pick up some ink. Can they see that?
Can you turn the phone 180 degrees? That would be.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna turn it on. Are y'all ready? Hang on.
Comes the big turn.
Okay, how are we looking now?
Is that better?
Y'all are so patient. So we're going to work with the J brush. This is the brush that I invented last year. Tom and I actually started working on this 2 years ago. And it is designed for you to move ink and media with. And we've only been demoing it at shows with ink, dye-based ink, but there are other things that you can do with it. And next week, I'm going to teach you a trick with the brush. So stay tuned for next week. I'll show you the other things it does. So it has this band that moves up and down. If I'm doing detail work, I'm going to pull it up so everybody's nice and tight. All the bristles are nice and tight. If I'm just basic stencil work, I'm going to leave it down and I'm going to hold it with my finger. So when I work, I don't want the band sliding down. I want to hold it with my finger. And when you get good at this, you'll be able to do this on the fly. How we looking over there, Tom?
Looking good.
So we're using dye-based ink. We're just going to pick up some ink, and we're when you use the Catherine Pooler ink pad, that sponge is pretty soft. So you just want to dab side to side, and we're going to start on the side of the card and off on the grid, and then drag it onto our paper. Now, I have discovered that I really like these Catherine Pooler inks better when they're not as wet. So I kind of like to work some of the ink out of the pad and use it, because when the ink is really wet, it marks really bad. It wants to show up heavy, and I just don't care for that look. So we're just going to work that in. So I can do back and forth. I can do little circles. Got a visitor. Do little circles. Or I can do the swipey thing. Tom likes to do the swipey thing. I tend to like to do the little circle thing. So once you have your ink the way you want it, you can pull your stencil up, and there you have your beautiful little design. Now, this is actually one of our sliders, and it's actually designed so that if I wanted to go back in and drop in the little bitty the center to the flower, I could go back in, I could pull the head up on the brush and drop in the centers of the flowers. We're not going to do that tonight, but we could if we wanted to. Okay, let's move over. How we looking, Tom?
Looking good.
Okay, we're going to do the other side. Now, when we get to the other side, we want to make sure that we have the whole thing covered top to bottom. And if we use the grid to line everything up, then we know everything is straight. We're going to pick up some ink and do the same thing over here. So I'm being pretty loose with this ink because the ink pad does not have very much ink on it. If you have a lot of ink on your ink pad, you'll have to be more careful about dragging ink, or you will end up with a big blob mark. And when I have an ink pad that has a lot of ink on it, I tend to dab off over here first and then add it to my project just to get rid of that heavy look. So we're going to go back in here. How are we doing, Tom? Any questions?
You're doing good, yeah. Do you have to press very hard while using the J brush?
Well, that depends on... So the question is, do you have to press very hard? And, you know, that's a good question. And it really depends on how much ink you want and what kind of look you want. I tend to go on light and just keep adding more layers. If I want it darker, just add more. The other thing is, we kind of didn't talk about this. I designed the brush, asked them to give us a really large barrel so that it's easy on your hand. So it's easy to hold. When you have to hold something that's really small, that's really hard on your hands. So we have a bristle that's appropriate for ink, paint, and media, and we have it sized so it holds in our hand really comfortably.
Tell them about how the ring changes the density of
Yeah,
the bristles.
I did. We talked about that. So the brushes do come unbanded. This brush has, do you see that brush has a yellow band on it? They do not come with a band. And we recommend one brush for color family. So when you trade out colors within the color family, you can clean it off on a wet wipe. And if you want to really wash it, you can run cold water under it, run cold water till it runs clear, and then pull the band up and let it dry overnight. If you buy 6 brushes, we're going to give you the color card for free, and you can cut it and punch it with your paper punch. And
show them the example, honey, on the color card on the yellow brush.
yeah, I did. I did.
You did?
Yeah, that I pointed to there and to there. Okay. So I don't have a color card here with me. If you want to get me one, I could show them the color card. Now, there's my flower background, and here's the deal. I really like, whenever I do a card, if I have a lot of color, I like to come back in with the brush and just kind of mute that white out a little bit. It's still white, but it's less contrast. So we're going to just go back in and add a little color, little contrast. You can also go back in after you pull this up and ink the edges if you want to. I did not do that on this card, but you could do that. Okay, I'm satisfied with my ink. I'm going to take my stamp chamois and clean off my stencil. This is how I clean stencil because it doesn't leave any residue. And just a little secret here, can I tell the secret? The
Yes,
can I tell the
yes,
chamois
they could
secret?
be in any
We have our own chamois coming in. So this is the Lawn Fawn chamois, and we do have it on our website, but we do have our own chamois coming in, which I am super excited about, and really like what we have going there. It's a different deal. So we'll talk about that probably next week. All right, we've got our towers done, and in the very beginning, we put a piece of our super tacky tape on there. So we're gonna put our undo right on there, right where that line of tape is, and we're gonna be able to pull those towers up, and we're good to go. Now, we also should be able to go right in there and pull up that piece of tape and get rid of that piece of tape so that we don't have our card getting stuck back down to our surface. Okay, there's my towers. Woohoo! Now, remember, we had that card here, and now we can go in and adhere those towers in. Isn't that cool? And decorate our card up. I'm not going to take the time to do it tonight because you guys know how to tape paper on to paper. Did want to go over this with you. When you go to add this piece to the front of your card, let me get rid of the towers, which are flopping everywhere. When you go to add this to the front of your card, you can decide if you want to put it lower, like right in the point, or you can pick it up. You can put it anywhere you want. But what you need to realize and remember is that we only want tape in the left lower corner because we do not want that attached. We don't want the right attached, and we don't want that top attached. We want to be able to pull that open and close it. So when you look at your card, you're only putting adhesive down on that one corner so that you can open it and close it. Anybody have any questions on that so far?
We were talking about
any
the
comments?
chamois. I told them about the twin pack and about the dry chamois and the wet
Okay.
chamois.
Okay. All right. So that is the diagonal gatefold card base, fun card. And we're going to talk about Mr. Stinky Skunk. Where did my die package? Here's my die package. This is what it looks like when you look at it on the website. Skunk layered die.
Turn it upside down. You have that upside down. You turn it around. There you go. Awesome.
Okay, that's what he looks like. So when you buy him, what you're gonna find is he's all layered. Now this, I'm gonna show you how I store my dies here. This is my die storage panel, and this has all of my get well things on it. So I got the boxing gloves, I got the get well soon, thinking of you, with sympathy, all here together because most of the time when I pull them, I'm gonna use them at the same time. How does that look? Can they see that, Tom? I want them to be able to see the skunk.
I can't. It's still delayed and it's streaming on my end.
Okay. So when you buy the skunk, you're going to see there's an outline die and there's a base die. The base die doesn't have any detail in it. So we do different things with those two dies. So when we die cut that, we are going to die cut that base die on our super tacky tape sandwich. Can you see that, Tom? I need to know.
I can't, but
what they're
but
seeing.
Everybody's telling me that they can.
They're seeing it okay. Okay, so we're gonna cut the base, which is this, on the super tacky tape sandwich.
And how do you make the super tacky tape sandwich?
That is the question of the hour. So we're gonna cut this piece on regular. We're gonna go there, Tom. I'm getting there. We're gonna cut this piece on regular black cardstock. So the detailed piece is getting cut on regular black cardstock, no tape. All the accent pieces, which are the mask, the what do you call those eye things? Eye goggles? The eye goggles.
Goggles.
What is this thing called? The respirator?
The respirator.
The respirator. When you cut those, you want to put super tacky tape on the back of them. Okay, so the question becomes, how do you cut this on the super tacky tape sandwich? So what you're going to do is, we sell tape in a 3-inch roll or a 6-inch roll, and you're going to unroll your tape. I don't know how much of this you guys can see because I can't see anything. And I think what we need to do next time is get the other things in here so I can see. Okay, we're going to take our copy paper. This is a piece of copy paper. We're going to lay it down in the tape and we're going to trim it out. So this is step 1. If we die cut right now, we would just have a die cut with adhesive on the back. So what we're going to do is take our tape, unroll it again, and we're going to take the paper side of the product and we're going to turn it upside down right back into the tape, and we're going to make what I call the tape sandwich. So once you make the tape sandwich, what you have is a 2-sided sticky thing with typing paper in the middle. The typing paper, the reason I call it typing paper, it's printer paper. The reason that we're using printer paper is that it needs to be thin enough so that you can die cut it with your die cut machine. So we are cutting that base die on the super tacky tape sandwich. If you're messing around with the boxing glove, when you look at the boxing glove, you have the base die and the overlay, and you can see the base die does not have the cutout and the hole in it. So this is the one, the base die you cut on the super tacky tape sandwich. Everybody following me, Tom?
Is everybody felt?
Okay, so I've already cut all this stuff, and we're going to assemble Mr. Skunk. So what we have, let me get all my pieces here. And he's just meant to be funny. I just wanted to have something to have fun with this, and he's supposed to be a little odd and funny, and I am missing part of the respirator. We'll have to just make do because I don't think he came with me from the house. So we'll have to make do, but we're okay. Okay, the part of the respirator I'm missing, we're okay. We'll wing it.
There's a white piece and there's a yellow piece.
Yeah, those are not them. It's okay. We'll make do. I'm missing, Tom, that dark yellow piece. It's okay. All right, so what we have is this, and we're gonna overlay our skunky guy right on top. So what we're gonna do is peel this off. Use the pick tool. If you use the pick tool, you can put that right in the tape liner. And now what we want to do is overlay the black. I really would like to make sure that that is right in the middle of the screen. Can you tell me if it is or not? Can they see it?
It's still streaming back from a long time ago.
Okay. All right. So we just keep going. So we're going to put undo on this, and we're going to just cover Mr. Stinky Skunk with this. That gives us the ability to pick this up and manipulate this and sit it exactly where we want it. If you start working with this and you're like, oh, I didn't want it there, and you want to move it, just get it wet with undo again and release it. Don't pull on it. Let the undo do the work for you. So the undo, as long as it's wet, it will not be sticky, and when it dries, it will become sticky. So
you never did tell them about the tacky tape sandwich.
I did.
You did?
Yes.
I missed that.
You must have missed that. You were communicating with someone.
Yes.
So once it dries, it becomes sticky again. Now, we do have the super tacky tape on our website, and these other products are on our website. We do not have undo on the website. Undo is flammable, and
I already told them.
We don't ship it.
Right.
Okay, let's put his mask on, shall we? So his mask just fits right up in there. And remember, I already had the super tacky tape on the back. So those things are all sticky already. Let's put his goggles on. Being really careful because that other stuff is still sticky, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna take care of that problem. Put him right there. Now, normally you'd have your yellow respirator go here. That's the piece I'm missing, and it looks like this.
It's right there.
Where?
Right there.
No, this goes on first. It has a little break at the top, and it goes in just like that. No big deal. Set it in there. Then this little piece, your little respirator, goes on top of that. But we'll have to pretend. We can pretend. Right there. Okay, so what you have actually is this. So you put the yellow piece on, and then the dark yellow, and then you put the other piece on, and then you've got this all layered up. Now, what I've got, you can see.
How long is the 20% discount good for?
April the 17th. Okay, you can see mine's all glittery here, and this one is not glittery, and we're going to solve that problem because we're going to use the Pixie Puffer, and the Pixie Puffer is sold empty, and you put your microfine or superfine glitter in it. We sell pixie dust to put in it. If you put chunky stuff in this, it is going to clog, so you need really superfine stuff. This has a valve on it. When this valve is straight down, it's locked and closed, so you can travel with it and it does not leak. We're going to swing that valve open. Did you hear that? And open it. And then the cool thing about this tool for me is that you can put it over a trash can and puff this. I'm going to do it here today, but honestly, I do this over a trash can. So the issue is that you are shooting all the glitter right down into the trash and you don't have a big mess.
What kind of glitter do you use?
Ultra fine or super fine, Creek Bank Creations Pixie Dust. Pixie Dust is on the website. If you already own micro fine or super fine glitter, then you can probably use what you have. I'm going to pull this up really tight so you can see there are no chunky guys in there. Okay. Now, I only sell one color of this product because you can color this with any alcohol-based marker. So Chameleon, Copic, Spectrum Noir. I'm not sure if Stampin' Up! Has an alcohol marker now. They did, and then they didn't, and I don't know where they're at right now. So that is how you layer up Mr. Stinky Skunk. And then you can just add him to your card. And the boxing gloves are the same way. You have that base and you have that overlay. Here's your base and your overlay. So you layer those up, you use the undo and the Pixie Puffer, and you just have a really great little thing going there. Okay. Are you ready to give something away?
Yes.
All right.
We're going to give something away.
Okay.
Do I need to come over there?
Yeah, I'll pull the camera up. Do you want to trade play? Well, you gotta, ladies, I'm gonna pull the camera up, so hang on. Woohoo! I'm back. All right, it's, all right, so, all right, come on.
All right, ladies, I'm back. We're going to give this paper pad away.
Here, I'm gonna put you in charge and go over there.
Okay. Okay. This is brand new. Didn't we just introduce this in January?
This is brand new.
Yeah, we just introduced this in January. We are, there's 24 sheets in here, 6x6 sunshine paper pad. The first person that can tell me how many rolls of toilet paper, since there's a big shortage now, are in the Creek household will win the paper pad. And I'll ship it to you tomorrow. So the first person that can tell me that, have you got any guesses so far yet, Julie?
No, you're gonna have to talk for a while.
Well, I'm going to talk for a while.
86 rolls.
86 rolls. I tell you what, they say the job's never done till the paperwork's finished, ladies.
Oh, Joe Creek said 12.
Whoa!
Ask Joe, do you want the 12? Do you want the paper pad? She's participating, but does she really want it? Oh, Barb said 50. There's Jean said 12.
Jean Stalker, you're...
No, give it away. Okay, so we'll give it to Jean because she's the second one who said 12.
Why? But I don't want to think they don't know that Joe Creek is
Yes.
our. Joe Creek happens to be my daughter-in-law who's monitoring the
Hold
video
on.
today.
Jennifer Jones said she said it too. Keep talking.
Jennifer Jones said it too, but who was the first one that emailed it? We're gonna check,
I'm
Jennifer.
looking.
We're gonna check. The judges are out. The first person that said 12, excluding Joe Creek.
I just see Joe, but it may be the feed, but so we'll go with Jean because that's all I've got. That's all I can see.
The only one we have on that typed it in was Jean.
Oh, Michelle's saying Jennifer Jones said it first.
Oh, Jennifer Jones said
Okay.
it first. Sorry, Jane.
So
Sorry,
y'all
Jane.
know we live in the country, and the feed is not good here. So
who is the actual winner?
who is the winner? Jennifer Jones said it first.
Jennifer Jones
The
said it
Chad
first.
needs recounting. Yes, it does.
The
Yes.
hanging Chad.
Yes. Yes. All right. So
Hey, ladies, we're going to see you again Thursday. That's tomorrow night.
tomorrow night,
7:30.
We'll try to have it more
And we think
professional.
we might have it down now, maybe. Okay. We appreciate your patience. What's tomorrow night's project, Julie?
We're making a sunshine card.
Sunshine card tomorrow. Sunshine.
So subscribe to the channel
Subscribe to the YouTube channel
and help us
And-
share and
and help us share it with your friends. But if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, they'll automatically give you an update, correct? When
it should, yes.
it's supposed to give
Yeah,
you an
we're
update.
learning all of this.
But we for sure are going to be here, same time, same place, same station, which would be 7:30 on Thursday and 7:30 on Tuesday, ladies.
Orders are on the website. Give them the web address.
The web address is www.creekbankcreations.com. Don't forget the 20% discount,
Sunshine.
free freight over $50, and the code is Sunshine. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We enjoyed being with you, and be safe out there. I'm sorry some of you
Wash
have
your
to
hands.
wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. And we'll look for, wash your hands, Roger. Remember that? Anyway, we'll
Okay,
look
I think you have to turn it off, Mr. Creek.
okay, we'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Thanks a lot. See ya.